So guys, super exciting. We are here talking and continuing the discussions on how to legally reduce your business tax. And we are live here with Vhuronga Holdings. Mr. Tshilidzi, how are you? But you can perhaps maybe introduce yourself to the people who don't know you, and just what you guys do with regards to this issue of tax.
Okay, yes. I'm Tshilidzi Mavhungu from a company called Vhuronga Holdings. The company Vhuronga Holdings is an accounting firm, a compliance company also. We do safety files, COIDA, CIPC, all these business-related compliance. But we also deal with your accounting stuff, including your bookkeeping. We have tax practitioners who are doing taxation. We have payroll specialists who are doing pay slips. We also do monthly bookkeeping for clients. And we also do once-off financials for people who want to do financials, who want to comply with tax, or you're applying for tender. You can arrange your tender documents depending on what is related to us as accountants. So we are registered with SAICA, SAIBA, we are registered with SARS. We are also recognized by other organizations like your CIPC. We work with them. So, and the Department of Labor, we work with them also for your COIDA and other things. So that's exactly what we do in a daily basis. I'm also on the other side working as a financial planner, which is another branch of the business that we're developing now. We want to have a franchise with one of the big insurance companies where we are providing financial personal financial advice and coaching. So actually today, you indicated that you want to focus more on small business owners. I think we are more familiar with what individuals do to reduce tax. We spoke about medical aid. We spoke about retirement annuities. We spoke about a lot of other things that you can do to reduce your taxes. We talked about making sure that if you have a small business or a side hustle, you mention it on your tax returns and indicate the income and expenses for that, so that if there is a loss, you can be able to claim that loss back from the tax amount that you were supposed to pay, and then it will reduce your tax amount. So we spoke about that, but I want us to go and explore the employee tax incentive. The employees tax incentive is something that maybe some of you may be familiar with, some of you may not. You will see it on most pay slips of employees. There will be ETI on the pay slip. So I spoke a bit about it last week, but I just want to emphasize it because for small business owners, this is a big thing. Employee tax incentive is an incentive that is given to businesses so that they can employ more young people in their businesses to reduce unemployment. So how then do you benefit from that? Somebody says SARS. I know that no one likes it, but then here today we're trying to find a way to reduce our taxes, so which is a good thing. So ETI for you as a small business owner, how do you benefit from it? What these people are saying now from 2001, 2002 going forward, if you have employed somebody and you are paying them less than around 6,000 rands and below, you will be able to claim back 1.5 of that amount that you are paying them per month for the first year, and it will reduce when it comes to the second year. So if you are going to be employing people, I hear a lot of guys saying that we are having sleepless nights, we cannot sleep because we have to work day and night. So you can go get youngsters out there, train them, obviously having the qualification that you're looking for, and train them so that they can be able to work for you, gain experience from you while helping you with a lot of work. So let's say, for example, you are paying this guy around 2,000 rands. From 2,000 rands, you can claim, I forgot to say, 70% for any amount below 1,000 rands, you can claim back. But from 2,000 rands up, you can claim back 1.5. So how do you get this money back? You get it back as an incentive. Back as an incentive is 1.5 for any amount above 2,000 rands, 75% for any amount below 2,000. If your the salary you are paying is to the employee is less than 2,000 rands, you only deduct 75%. So the 2,000 rand amount, let's say Henry, I have hired Henry. Henry, he qualifies because he's under the age of 30, and Henry is earning 2,000 rands. I pay Henry 2,000 rand the first month, which means I'm going to minus 1,500 from that, because SARS is going to reimburse me, which means I'm paying him actually 500 rands per month instead of 2,000 rands, because 1.5 may come back to me. How do you benefit from this? You have to register your employees for payee, which means you will hear some background noise. There's people who are going to be moving around because we just had electricity back just now. So you're going to get this 1.5 provided you're complying with tax on your income tax side. You have a proper tax record. You're also going to be able to get this money only if you have registered also for payee for your employees. So payee is done every month. For those who know payroll, payee is done every month. Every single month you have to do your payee, submit your payee. Payee is the tax that employees pay. So there's a contribution that your employees will have to pay to SARS. So a lot of guys complain about that, because now every month, we come to you as accountants and say, Henry, you are due to pay your payee 7 days just after your salary payments. So we want this much to pay your payee, for your payee to SARS. So instead of you paying payee to SARS, SARS is you are going to complete a form that has to indicate that how many employees you have that fall under the bracket of ETI, who qualify for ETI, and the youth that is also South African. Then you are going to be able to say to SARS, here I have 5 employees, I'm paying them 2,000 rands, and I want you guys to pay me 1.5 for that. So SARS will say, okay, let's look at how much pay you have. And if you have, for example, an amount of, let's say, 10,000 rands that you're paying for your employees, 1.5 for each employee out of that, then you are going to be able to say, no, look, SARS, give me the amount back. They don't give you the amount back as is. They look at how much you are supposed to pay per pay, and then they give you the difference if there is an amount that must come back to you. But they will only give you this money cash in August. So you accumulate this money over a period of around 6 months. In August, they pay you the first amount, and in March, they pay you the last amount. And this is money that a lot of small businesses are using. That's why you will see a lot of companies have employed youngsters. You find that the staff is young, under the age of 29, under the age of 30, around 29 and below. And these guys are being able to get money from SARS. This is money that comes to you cash. If you have to be refunded money, you get it cash. It's not money that it's just going to be like the other amounts where they're going to say, we are going to reimburse you, or you are going to reduce your tax and everything. If you have a difference that is due to you, you are able to claim this money back from SARS. And that's exactly how this thing works. So I'm saying to you guys, I think it's time for us to think beyond just working alone. Let's start employing people and benefit the 1.5 that we are supposed to get from SARS. So an example, let's say at the beginning of the year, your ETI calculation is 100,000, and your total ETI available is 100,000, but your pay is 120,000. which means the 120 minus 100,000, you are going to pay payee of 20,000 rands. So you were supposed to pay 100,000, 120,000, you're only going to pay 20,000 rands. And the following month, your ETI is 120,000, and you are supposed to pay SARS payee of 80,000. You have benefited around 40,000 rands, which means you, on your ETI account, there'll be 40,000 rand waiting for you to take it. If it continues like that and you're accumulating more money and more money, in August, they are going to pay you your amount that you SARS is owing you on ETI. So I'm saying to people, why then work alone when you can employ young people in your business who are willing to work and learn at the same time, and who are willing to take a small salary because obviously they don't have responsibilities yet, and they're going to be gaining experience. And still on top of that, SARS is going to pay you for having them in your company. So if you do your calculations well, you can be able to do this. But if not, if you cannot calculate well these things, you can talk to us. We'll be able to assist you with that and make sure we do payroll for a lot of companies, and we can assist you with that. So I think something that as businesses you can leverage on, you can use. SARS is saying that a lot of people are not using this benefit. I don't know why, but a lot of people are not using this benefit, and it will grow your turnover, obviously increasing your bottom line, and it will also, you know, make work easier for you, because now you have more time to concentrate on what an entrepreneur is supposed to concentrate on: meetings, getting new clients, you know, building relations and all that, while there's somebody behind the desk working for you. So you have something like that. You don't know, you might find that these people that you are going to be working with are going to be your permanent staff in the future, and will be able to do things your way. And they are younger, which means you can even teach them the way you want the business to run. So that is the first thing that I wanted to talk about on ETI. And I did speak about it, but I didn't elaborate on it.
Awesome, man. That's cool, man. So yes, I'm seeing some comments, some requests here. People are excited about the information. Thank you everyone who's liking. Lulu, thank you for the likes, guys. Just like the live, you can tap on your screens as many times as you want. TikTok doesn't stop you. So thank you for the likes. I see some gifters here. Thank you for the gifts, Portia. Everyone who's gifting, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Mr. Corporate Hustler, you're from Zambia. You'd like to share your journey. So, guys, on Friday, guys, that's where we are sharing what our business, what we do. So, Friday is about introducing your business here, right? This is the networking
Yes, I'm excited. I want to introduce my business on Friday, Andrew.
Awesome, guys. So that is it's gonna be cool on Friday. So between 8 and 9. So what you need to do is join our WhatsApp group, Success Inspiration. The link is in the bio in my link tree, so that you can get the link when we go live, right? That's what you need to do. TP012 Pitori saying thank you. This is very valuable information. Divine is asking, how does tax for independent contractors work? So
tax for independent contractors.
So proprietors. So if you don't, and we have probably people here who may not have registered a business, but they are sole proprietors. You know, they are doing their own thing. How does that work?
Remember, individuals, we use what we call a tax table, and there is a fixed rate also that should be charged there. I will have to check the latest information on that one. I don't want to just guess all the amounts and all that. But what I know with contractors, you are not treated like an employee, which means the tax deductions are not done by the employer like you do with employees. You are given the full amount, and you do the taxes on your side. So you operate like a sole proprietor, and you'll be treated like that. So you are going to still also look at your expenses, income, and then you go down to the profits, and then you take it from there. So we talked a bit about that last week, where we talked about people who are working for themselves and how then we can be able to deduct taxes for them. So if you look at the YouTube that Henry is going to post, it will talk a bit to you about that, but it's something that we can also explore because you work almost like brokers and others who are individuals but also running businesses.
Yoli is asking, Yoli is asking, how about seasonal contracted persons? How does SARS tax that? But definitely, I think when it comes to they are taxed, right? Seasonal
Yeah,
contractors.
they are taxed.
Will it be any different since you are I mean, either are you
If you are an employee, remember you are taxed on what you have earned. Whether it was seasonal or it was on a monthly basis, you are taxed on what you have earned. So obviously you will indicate that obviously you are not you are a seasonal worker and all that, but which category? Because the employer should indicate a category for you, whether you're a temporary employee or you are a permanent employee or you are a contractor. So they must indicate that so that you can fall on the right bracket. But all in all, you will be treated like an employee. You pay tax like that.
Awesome. All right, Junior, you are welcome. Junior, you're welcome. All right, cool. Where to from here?
Yes. I see a lot of people are asking about tax calculations for employees and contractors. So obviously, I'm not going to dwell much into that today, but we can also still talk about that. We still have a lot of lives. Just stay tuned, then you will be able to hear more about that. But today we're focusing on small business and how they can save on taxes. So I want to now go to the next part, which is your day-to-day business expenses that can be recognized by SARS, so that you can be able to reduce your tax by minusing all these expenses. So there are day-to-day expenses. For example, I'll give an example of a few, and then you will see that they are more related to the business operations than anything else, because if they are not related to your business operations, then they are not going to be allowable deductions. Material and equipment costs in the business, depending on what business you are in, the material and equipment costs is something that you can deduct. Employee costs and administration costs. So administration of the business, salaries, all these monies that you pay to employees, you are able to deduct that as an expense that is tax deductible. Business and office rental costs, you are able to also deduct that. You are able to deduct office supplies, your stickers, your pencils, if you have things that you need to buy in the office for the office to operate, you are going to be able to deduct those things. Your phone costs, that includes your data, your airtime, your landline, and all that. Travel and transport, your fuel, all these expenses that you incur on the road, the accommodation where you are going to stay when you're traveling for business. So all those things are included. Uniform, if needed. If you are going to buy uniforms, so you can, instead of stocking all these brands, you can just do uniform, like design your own uniform. And wherever you are, if you're Henry, your shirts should be like a uniform of the company, your trousers, everything. That will be deductible from as an expense of the business. So you
How
can
about if
rock
we
with it.
buy? How about if we buy clothes for our staff, right? To like work clothes. Let's say if for example we people we have to look presentable and maybe they're just coming out of school and whatever, then we say we're gonna buy suits for everyone. How does that work?
I'm not 100% sure about that, but what we know is that the uniform should also have your details on it. It should have success inspiration on it, as a logo of success inspiration. Yes, it can be a suit. Uniform doesn't mean work suits, eh? It can be a suit, it can be it can be a suit, it can be your track suits, it can be depending on how you dress when you go to work. But then at the end of the day, it should be uniform. It should be classified as uniform. We need to get
Yeah.
a definition of a uniform. If a suit is a uniform, then yes, let it be that. Because if you're a lawyer like you, you need to wear certain suits, for example. I think maybe that may be considered as uniform, but we'll have a look at that.
We'll put details on the suit at the back, inside.
Yeah,
We'll put
somewhere there,
them.
Okay,
Yeah.
for a very simple example, in the banking industry, they will wear suits that you don't see the logo of the company, but they were designed specifically for that bank, and that is considered as uniform. So I think you can do that. I think you can do
Cool.
that. If you watch sports, also they have their suits there, but with a small emblem there, these sports anchors. Wholesale purchases, cost of goods resold. So if you are going to buy stock, buy to resell, all that is going to be included as a deduction on the business. Financial charges such as bank fees. So all the bank charges and everything should be included as deduction. So a lot of people think that, all the expenses, yes, we can include, but what about bank charges? And you cry and say, look, they're charging me a lot and everything. But that money can be deducted as an expense of the business and reduce the taxable the money that you're going to pay for tax. Financial charges such as bank fees, legal fees, like if you talk to Henry to help you, then you must include that. It will be allowed. Insurance fees, marketing and advertising. So a lot of guys do a lot of marketing on Google, on TikTok, Facebook, all that expense that you're incurring. If you come and pay Henry to have a talk now with him, you must include that as part of marketing and advertising and promotions, which you can be able to.
I received that.
Yes. Come here and pay Henry and say, look, guys, today I want to talk about my business. I don't want to talk about anyone else. You guys are going to be watching me, and I'm going to pay Henry, and then I'm going to deduct that as an expense in my business. So you can be able to do that.
Amen.
If you have a home office,
definitely, it's key to sort out your social media strategies.
yes, if you have a home office, you can also claim a percentage of your home expenses for work use. This includes rent, insurance, rates and taxes, repair costs, utilities, and cleaning. Did you hear
What
that?
do you mean parts? Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
Part. Look,
what do you mean parts, though?
In your house, you are required to have
is
a
it the
room.
corner? Is it my office when we clean them?
Yes, you are required to have a room or a place where you use it as an office. It must be a proper office, not the sitting room like me while sitting here. An office where there's a desk, a chair, everything. And then you calculate the square meter of that office. Then you take the square meter divided by the square meter of the house so that you can get the percentage that you are using in your property for office use. And that percentage is the one that you can claim. Because at home, you're going to be paying for mortgage, which is your home loan or rental. You're going to be paying for insurance of the house. You're going to be paying for rates and taxes, repair costs and of the premises and utilities and others. So all these things, you go and check your monthly expenses of the house, times it by the percentage that you're using for office purposes, and those are the expenses that you can minus. Let's say, for example, your mortgage is 5,000 rand a month, and you're only using 20% of the property for office use. So it's 5,000 times 20%, and you get the amount. That is the amount you're going to minus as an expense of the business. So awesome. That's how it works.
So we've got some questions here, but Sanelisiwe, thank you for the likes. Denzel, thank you for the likes. Thank you everyone liking, commenting, guys. It's like the live. Bev, thank you for the likes. You can tap on your screens as many times as you want. TikTok doesn't stop you. Bev, thank you for the roses as well. Thank you for the gifts. We accept gifts, guys. You can.
Yes, we accept gifts. Please like us, like our live, and also mine. Click on mine and like it also, and like Henry's. We are hoping to get to 10,000 likes today on this one, Henry. We are on 79. You don't pay anything for
Awesome.
likes. You don't have to pay
Let's
anything.
let's do that, man. It just helps other people see the life. That's all, guys.
Yes.
If we just grow the family. So there are some questions here. So I'll start with mine. Sorry, guys, I've got the mic. I'll start with my question. We took over internet fiber payments, right?
Yes.
Fiber
Mm-hmm.
payments for the guys who
Mm-hmm.
work, because people are
Mm-hmm.
working from home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So someone will have their fiber, and what's the deal with that? How does that work?
Remember on top there, I talked about phone costs.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, is these things are all day. The only way of communicating was phones at the time. So
Mm-hmm.
now we have internet, we have data, we have all that. So those kind of expenses. Remember, we talked about material and equipment costs also. So those kind of costs can be deducted. If you are paying this monthly, you are going to be able to deduct that, but a percentage if you're working from home, a percentage of the square meter that you're using.
Yeah, but internet is internet. It's got no percentages, because, for example, I'm working from home right now, and I'll be
Yes,
working. You know what I'm trying to say? So how
yes,
does that work? Can I? And the other question also being, because, for example, the guys who are working from home, those fiber contracts are in their own name. They're not in the company's name.
yes,
Because they don't want to get in those obligations.
yes,
How do you then deduct in that
yes.
instance?
So remember, the fiber that is there, the electricity that is there, and other things that you're using in the house it's sort of looked as if it's meant for the property,
Yeah.
because everything like your bond is under your name, your rates and taxes are under your name. So all these things are under your name, including the fiber is under your name.
Mm.
But we are saying, because the fiber would not only work for the business, your kids will use the same fiber, your wife is going to use the same fiber.
Of course.
So you cannot then pay the full amount. We cannot say claim the full amount, because on a certain percentage is for the last consumer, who is your family.
Of
So
course.
because of that, then what percentage of that fiber are you using for business? Same with electricity, same with utility, same with the cleaning lady at the house, how much you pay her, how much of that is used for
Yeah, I
for
guess. Yeah,
yes.
I actually understand that, but however, I think practically, because whatever
You can do
Meg
what?
line, Meg line you buy is Meg line you buy, And the other thing as well is that in terms of time, because if you want to
Yes,
measure it time wise, people now work whatever time of the day they're working,
yes,
whether it's
yes,
night
yes,
they're working, I'm
yes,
working
yes,
overtime, I'm working whatever,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can work whatever. So I guess,
yeah,
it's only when maybe perhaps when you put the deduction at SARS, if they come back with some feedback, then you'll be
yes.
able to engage with them. So Denzel's also asking, how do you calculate that? Everyone liking the live, guys. Much love. Poor GBM works. Much love to you, Divine Tandeka. Denzel, Mr. X, Lady Poppy, thank you for the likes. Sanelisiwe, thank you for the likes. Yes, 10,000 likes. Let's go. Tandeka, much love, much love, much love. Veronica, thank you for sharing the live. Dens, thank you for
Yes, we
sharing
got
the live.
10K likes, eh? 10,000 likes.
Yes, I've got another question. So,
Tandeka, thank you.
Lady Poppy is asking, if I buy clothes for my staff and brand it, this will qualify, and does the number of employees matter?
The amount you paid for the uniform matters.
Yeah, so even if it's as many employees as you have, I mean, if Absa has uniforms, how about us,
Yes.
mere mortals? So we can do as many,
So
we can make
Henry,
as uniforms.
yes.
Yeah.
So Henry, because a lot of people are saying, how do we calculate this? Let's give a simple example of a roommate or a housemate. If you have a housemate and you are sharing on the responsibilities of the property, you are going to say this guy to, you are going to be owning one room of the property and then I'm owning 2 rooms of the property. But for that one room, this is how much I expect you to pay for rent. This is how much I expect you to pay for electricity and the groceries. We are going to share it this way. That's exactly the same thing. You are sharing. Remember, your business is sort of a separate entity if it's a registered business, or even if you're working for another company. That company is now using your personal space. So it's sort of a roommate or a housemate in your house. And then those responsibilities must be calculated. What is the percentage that I'm using my personal things for business purposes? And that is where we talk about the square meters. You do know that your guest bedroom is how many square meters, and your house is how many square meters. So you do those calculations.
Awesome.
And that's it. That's how you calculate your home office expenses.
All right, I've got another big one here. Wide Age and Print, thank you for the likes. Tandeka, thank you for the likes. Veronica, thank you for the likes as well. Guys, if you don't know how to like the live, just tap on your screens as many times as you want. TikTok doesn't stop you. Denzel, thank you for the likes. It just helps other people to see the live. All right, cool. Let's talk about this one, eh? The big one. Lebza, can I add food as well? What are the rules about that when it comes to food? The lunch with clients.
The lunch. It depends on what lunch.
The training.
It depends on what lunch.
Let's talk about that one. Yep.
It depends on what lunch. You can have a lunch. You can have lunch with a client. It will fall under entertainment. It will be a deductible expense. You can have training
for the team,
and during that training for the team, you have lunch. It is part of educating and training your staff. It will be deductible. But your lunch break, your lunch break has nothing to do with the business. That's your lunch break. You are taking your lunch break. You're going to eat out. But if that lunch break is with Henry and we are deciding on a big contract that Henry is going to, give us, and then we are telling him,
how does SARS know that Henry was there now or he wasn't?
No, you will have to produce slips and obviously prove that it's true. Obviously, they may question you on that one, but you need to produce
2 plates of food ordered.
That. And your accountant also must take responsibility for that one. Eh? He must be the one saying, yes, I agree. These are the expenses for entertaining the client.
All right. So training. So are these training? So if we have 3 times training a week, that's fine. As long as we can prove that we have training. Training is training, right?
It should be training, yeah.
Denzel is asking, how about if the staff are working out until late, can I buy them food after a certain time as an operational expense?
It is part of travel, but if they are working out, like there will be what we call traveling.
They work on site, but maybe it's overtime. Maybe it's a busy season, and people work until late and all these things.
Yes. There's something called staff entertainment. It's a bit questionable, but sometimes it is deductible. It's something that will be discussed with SARS on that one, because the staff entertainment, the staff welfare, stuff like that. So it's something that can be negotiable. If you can prove that really this was supposed to be done, then it can be done, because they don't want people to now just go out there, give lunch to everyone and do this and then claim it back.
All right. That's cool. Which other one? Let's talk about the other big one. Fuel is another big one, which people use their company cards.
Yes. I spoke about travel and transport. I spoke about travel and transport, including business vehicle costs. Business vehicle costs also included the repairs and everything else. Travel and transportation. Travel, including your accommodation, your fuel, all these things that you will incur on the way, at toll gates. As long as the definition of what is a business expense is if the expense is in the process of producing income. That's if because I'm not going to mention all of them. Obviously, a lot of people will have questions, but in your own mind, start questioning yourself. If this expense that I'm incurring is in the process, is part of the expenses that will make it possible for me to produce the income for the business, then that should be a deduction.
Okay, no, that's cool. Lady Poppy travels a lot in her work, sourcing clothes for her boutique. She's asking, what about international travel costs and lunches with potential clients while traveling? And you can
Thank you.
answer that one. And I'm just on just riding on this question as well. Is sometimes, Mr. Chidi, the truth is sometimes, maybe the process itself of claiming, deducting, filing for this, sometimes it's just too much for us, right? We are busy with
Yes,
other things. I guess
it's too
sometimes
much for
that's
you
what it's
guys.
about, whereby you're like, I don't know how this is. But yeah, but answer this question and also maybe touch on that as well. I know
Yes,
we have to look for help as well.
yes,
But maybe if you can assist us and talk about maybe just the process of filing, these
yes,
expenses,
yes.
what record is recognized at SARS,
Mm, mm.
and all these things.
Yes. So, Lady Poppy, you are talking about something that we have dealt with. We have one client that travels a lot. He's a doctor of economics, so he travels all over Africa and other international destinations. And there's a lot of expenses there. You're traveling, you lunch with potential clients because obviously that's the reason why you went there. Your accommodation where you are staying in hotels, all those expenses are deductible. What we need is to prove, we need source documents. When they give you slips in these places, keep those slips. If you can't keep it, scan it to your administrator immediately after. Take a picture of it, send it to your administrator. They must create a file for you. Or if you don't have an administrator, when you come back after scanning everything, file them so that when they need to audit you, you are able to prove this was for lunch, this was for accommodation, this was for traveling, this is my traveling ticket to wherever. If you have a traveling agency organizing everything for you, they will give you an invoice. You keep those invoices and receipts so that you are able to do that. Henry, we understand that it's a difficult process and it's a tedious work to do. That is why we have automated systems at Vhuronga Holdings, where you are able to do your books on a daily basis. Let's say Lady Bobby is overseas, she's swiping her card there for the hotel, and she's also eating out with her client using a business card. All that information will be coming directly to us immediately as it happens. It will be coming to us, and when she sends all the source documents, we'll attach each and every source document on each transaction that you have done. And it's not an expensive exercise, as a lot of people think that it's very expensive to do that.
Awesome. So let's talk about, as you're talking about Lady Poppy and saying that she should be traveling, and as like on a day to day, let's say for us, one of the guys has to go to. So let's just suppose you're talking about food and everything. Let's say they have to go to the CCMA in, let's say Polokwane, right, or
Yes.
Pumalanga or something.
Yes.
Then, so what we are, so so the scenario normally, you just say someone, buys their own lunch. Every employee is responsible for their own lunch, for
Yes.
example, right?
Yes.
At what point does it change simply because someone is going out of town? Maybe they're not even sleeping there. Maybe they're going and coming back. We're just talking about the meals which they would ordinarily be responsible for during the course of the day. But obviously, someone is sleeping over. People are responsible for their own dinner and whatever. But how does this thing? At what point do these things change and whatever?
Look, we have what we call your day-to-day. We have things like your day-to-day responsibilities and as an individual, where you are going to wake up now, Henry, and go to work and sit at your desk and and work, and you have your lunch time, and you go out and then eat and then come back to work. But Henry will be sent on an assignment by the employer to say, Henry, we want you to go to Durban. In Durban, you are going to attend CCMA hearing, whatever, and then you're going to be representing this client of ours. Henry is not there on his own, he's there as a representative. Whatever he's doing there is for the company. Whatever costs that are going to be incurred in Durban should be the responsibilities of the company. You must make sure that he has food, you must make sure that he is having a place to sleep. All those things will be deducted as an expense of the business. He's not in his office environment where he can go and enjoy his lunch and come back. It is an assignment. So if it's going to take days, all the expenses incurred there will be deductible, because that is an assignment of the business. It's in the production of income. It's not your normal day-to-day commuting and everything. That is why they also pay for your traveling. But remember, every morning people travel to work. Do we pay for their traveling to work as a business? No. Do they claim the traveling to work as an expense at SARS? No. But if it's traveling for work, then you are able to claim that.
Awesome. Denzel is asking, how about claiming for a temp worker? Like in construction, a guy who comes a few days a week and is paid in cash. How do you record that?
Those are wages. So he is responsible for his own taxes. If it's not a worker that you work with regularly, but if you keep this guy for long, you are supposed to register him for payee, and you take the responsibility to submit his returns, his payee to SARS. A lot of guys, do not do that, but that is exactly how it's supposed to be happening. You need to be able to do that if he is a regular. If it's just once off, just a guy who came, did gardening with us, and then the next thing is gone, then he should be responsible for his own taxes. You don't take any responsibilities there.
So you just will make it your baby. All right, that's cool. Yeah. Is saying maybe Henry carries lunch from home, but now he has to buy lunch since he's out of his hometown. No, definitely. Now someone is out of their normal element. So yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense. Ongezwe, thank you for the likes. All right. So Lady Poppy saying, if I travel with my son on a business trip, but he's not employed by the business, can I claim?
Okay, if I travel with my son on a business trip, no, is your son? Your son is not part of
out. But maybe it's a consultant.
Are you going to pay him? Are you going to pay him a salary or a wages for that? Then yes.
Maybe the trip is the payment. But it's still going to help you to anything that is a mission, right? Maybe you went with an assistant. I don't know.
If you are going to be paying that person an income for the work that they did
in clothes,
just
structure it, Lady structure.
Yes, if they have a sort of a contract with you as a business in place where you have agreed that you're going to be an intern in my business and you're going to travel with me, and I'm going to be teaching you stuff, then it must be legally written down that this son of mine is an intern or something, or doing internship with us or learnership. And yes, you will be able to claim that. But if your son do not have anything to do with the business, then you won't claim that from SARS. It won't be a business deduction.
Awesome. Cookie Encounter is saying that it's not even about being busy, it's that we just don't understand these things as entrepreneurs.
Yes. So it's not about being busy. What I have realized, Henry, is that that's why I teach financial literacy, Henry, because a lot of us do not understand these things, and some of us ran away from this mathematics from school. Now all of a sudden there's this guy on TikTok is talking about calculations of taxes and whatever. Then you're like, oh, mathematics class again. So that is why if you cannot do it yourself and you don't want to know much about it, hire somebody to do it for you, because you are going to be losing a lot of money as a business owner. Let's say, for example, Lady Poppy, she's traveling all over, and maybe she's not even claiming these monies. and she's incurring all this. And the SARS, when they come, they'll say, this is how much you made. And he has not even taken out the traveling costs. So we need to have a lot of knowledge on this one.
No, that's so true, man. And then that's awesome why we also have you here to assist. And guys, if you got these questions, do contact Mr. Tshilidzi at Vhuronga Holdings. Get some assistance because sometimes we miss out. I mean, there are a lot of things that we didn't know. That especially that one where you're saying that if your income, your net profit has been whatever. You said how much is the threshold? Like 50K per month, per year. Sorry, you don't have to pay tax. How much? Did you
It's
say?
95, I think.
95,000. I mean, I didn't know that, to be honest.
Yes.
So
yes.
there you
So
are.
there's a
You are
text
just
table for that. There's a text table for that. You
yeah.
can
So
have a text table and look at that. We only know individual text tables. Small business text table is also there.
So here you are. You're just living in fear, running away from SARS, but maybe you don't even owe them anything, and you can't even get a tax
Yes,
clearance
let's talk about
certificate.
people who are running away from SARS before we close, Henry. People who are running away from SARS. Guys, you cannot run away from SARS. It's impossible. They may leave you for now, but they will catch up with you. There are musicians who sang when we were young, we watched them when we were in secondary school, but only now SARS is going for them. And they are going to ask for every single cent that you owe them. And you will not be having proof because it has been years since, you started doing this.
You said they were singing when you were in secondary.
So Lady Poppy and everyone else, Divine, everyone, let's submit our tax return. Even if it's a zero return for your business, submit it. Yesterday, there was a client of ours. Obviously, you won't mind talking about him. I won't mention his name. He was stuck somewhere where the bank is saying that, you know what, we want tax clearance for us to be able to help you with this. The guy did not have a tax clearance certificate with him. He did not have submit his returns for some years. And what does that mean to us as accountants? I'm here at the bank, they want tax clearance. How then do we provide you with a tax clearance when you're standing there at the bank? When do we get time to talk to SARS, to do your financials, do your returns, add you as a public officer in the business? And also, it is impossible to do it immediately. So please make sure that you do your due diligence, you do your homeworks, you make sure that your SARS is up to date.
But Divine is saying she's in Canada. She's saying that 30,000 single person payback, their bracket is 25K. Your business made zero. Yeah, Divine, yeah, you need to tell us how it works there in Canada. There. So, Mr. Tshilidzi, it's 9 o'clock. I don't know if you've got any last words. If there's still some things we can maybe carry on another time.
The last words is that, the guys, let's take care of our taxes. It can break us or make us. There's a lot of opportunities to make money out of tax. If you do it right and you do it with the right people, talk to Vhuronga Holdings. We will be able to assist you. You can send me a message after this. You can visit our website, www.vhurongaholdings.co.za. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn. Then you'll be able to get our website there and our contact details. For Divine in Canada, I'm busy with international accounting standards. Whether you're in Canada, South Africa, wherever, accounting is the same. There may be some few differences on taxes, but the taxman is almost similar because they're using the same accounting systems. So you need to submit your zero returns to your SARS that side. I don't know what they're called that side, but they're SARS that other side. You submit your zero return. They won't charge you anything for a zero return if you're not late.
Awesome, guys. Much love to everyone who joined the live, guys. So tomorrow, remember, guys, we are going to be talking about Forex. We're gonna be. I was gonna say that CRA. All right. So let's talk about that tomorrow, guys. We're gonna be with Lazi here talking about Forex, guys. So, man, invite the young people. Invite yourselves, everyone, just looking to educate ourselves, right? That's the point, just to get education. So that you can know how these things work, right? So that you can know how these things work and just get a better understanding. Maybe that's going to be your next, hustle, side hustle. I don't like that word, but for lack of a better term, sorry guys,
Yes.
I'm just going to use that word. But yeah, maybe it's going to be some extra income for you. But the good thing is just get educated. So yeah, you can
Yes.
even prepare for that for yourself. Check out some YouTube videos and start so that you can have an understanding, right? So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I'm excited about that one. So guys, the other thing as well is, man, if you get value from these lives, guys, subscribe to the lives, guys. You can just go there and it says Henry the Plug. There's this star here. You can click the star and you can get yourself a badge here, Success Inspiration Academy badge. That red one is 99 Rand a month.
Yes.
And just support what we are doing, man. We subscribe to a lot of things in this world, man.
Henry,
Netflix, etc.
last thing, Henry, before you close. Guys, there's something very simple called CIPC annual returns. A lot of guys are not submitting that, guys. If you don't know how to do that, talk to us. It's only
And
100
your
rand that you
company
must
will
pay
get
per year.
deregistered. That's the thing.
You will
So if
you will think that you have a company and that company does not exist anymore just because of 100 rand a year.
So what actually happens is that when you are not submitting, Loazi, yes, man, is going to be awesome, man. Loazi is going to be here talking about Forex tomorrow. So what actually happens is that they then write something deregistration process, right, on your company. So if you're dealing with some stakeholders, maybe you want a contract, maybe you want something at the bank, they'll go and check.
Yes.
And then they'll say this company is actually being written that it's in a deregistration process. Some might
They'll
even
block
say
your
it's
money at the bank.
deregistered.
They'll
Sorry?
block your money at the bank. They'll block your money.
So you there you are just going on and on, pushing, hustling business and whatever. But back at the ranch, your business is already, and it's just something they can even correct in one day. Once your CIPC, maybe sometimes you're just down by 75 rands, as Mr. Vhuronga is saying, or whatever, and that is basing up your company profile. So let's get that going, guys. It's a simple thing. You can contact Tshilidzi here. They will sort it out.
If you want us to check for you, contact us. We'll check for you for free.
Let's keep pushing, guys. Much love to you, our dreams of valid. Let's do this again tomorrow. If you want to get the link for tomorrow, join the WhatsApp group. The link is in the bio. Success Inspiration. And let's get that going. Guys, much love to everyone.